Good. Then we're on Job 18, and it's going to be Bildad, his point of view on the situation. Okay. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, How long will it be ere ye make an end of words? Mark, and afterwards we will speak. Wherefore are we counted as beasts and reputed vile in your sight? He teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee? And shall the rock be removed out of his place? Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straitened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. I think the king of terrors is the devil. It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. They that come after him shall be astonied at his day, as they that went before were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not God. Okay, so Bildad's pretty crazy with his words there. Here are my notes. Bildad actually means son of contention, or it's actually son or dad of contention. He was a Shuhite that descended from Shua, Abraham's son by Keturah. Bildad complains at the length of Job's speech. Bildad is offended at Job's references to them, that they are not wise. For example, in verse 10 of the former chapter, okay, let's look it up. But as for you all, do you return and come now? For I cannot find one wise man among you. Yeah, of course he's going to get a little testy about that. Bildad then speaks of God's natural law that causes the iniquity of a man to bind him up continually. And that's in verse 8. Verse 8. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. And that is true. And that is true for a man that is bound up in iniquity. It was like King Saul. King Saul many times almost came to his own death because he almost fell prey to the trap that he was trying to set for David. He was seeking to destroy David, but many times out in the wilderness, Saul was the one that was caught off guard, being asleep, and David almost killed him. But David feared the Lord, and he knew that the Lord would avenge him, and that the best thing to do was just to follow the Lord, serve him with gladness, do what was right, and that the Lord would avenge him in time. And he knew it was wrong to raise his hand against the Lord's anointed. So, okay. So verse 8, For the wicked man is cast into the net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. Verse 14, His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the King of terrors. And I do believe that he's talking about the devil. Like, he is trying to tell Job that, like, he's going to be taken out of his body and brought to the devil. And it's funny also is that Bildad even goes so far as to say that he shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. And Job actually ended up having 10 children in the end. Let's see if I'm right. I'm pretty sure it was 10 children. I mean, that's skipping way ahead, but it's just funny that that was what Bildad kind of pronounced upon Job to try to, I don't know, I guess scare him into thinking that he was right. Yeah, it had 7 sons and 3 daughters. Okay, so Job had some descendants, and he lived until like 4 more generations. So Bildad, son of contention. I just pray that we do not pursue the Lord and do this same type of thing against our brothers and sisters in Christ, because I got experience with it happening to me, and it's a real bummer. So just pray that we'd also forgive people for doing that to us, and we just continue to forbear and long suffer for those brothers and sisters in Christ that are still kind of bound up in strife and contention. Thanks, guys.